everyone. It's Ryan Tracy. I'm joining the bandwagon to add content in times of Corona. So I have, for those of you who know me, I've been bitten by the poetry bug for many, many decades now, since I was a wee lad growing up in rural Oregon. I also couldn't say my R's as a kid, so try saying rural Oregon. Try saying rural Oregon on a normal day without a speech impediment. Anyhow, so I'm deciding to dedicate my creative energy to poetry in these times of uncertainty. And so I'm going to try to bring you a weekly poem. Original poem, because this is all about me, of course. A weekly poem, maybe a bi-weekly poem, because those exist too. Just for fun, just so you can hear my voice, hear me, and listen to the hundreds and hundreds of poems I've written over the years, only a fraction of which has made it into print. Therefore, I'm calling this series Out of Print, because these poems aren't published, but they're now I want to put them out there so people can hear them. And if publishers are watching, you know who you are. Feel free to want to print these, but who knows if we'll ever have a print society ever again after after whatever it is that we're going through. Anyway. So this, the poem I'm going to read to you today is I wrote in 2017, and it, I am in love with Marianne Moore, and for those of you who know, I'm writing a dissertation, or part of my dissertation is on Marianne Moore, and I also tend to write like whoever I'm reading or obsessed with, so a lot of my poems recently have a very sort of Baroque, ornate, and yet very skeletal quality that I find in Marianne Moore's work. Anyhow, I don't know quite what the inspiration for this poem was. It's called Birthdays and Deathdays. And there's a lot of those going on right now. It ends up being sort of general about birthday celebrations and death day celebrations. And it sort of morphs into a poem about Prodigies and Mozart and what it means to sort of have the skill to just sort of dash off on your own and change the rules. So that's what this poem is about. I'm going to read it to you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you don't, that's fine too. But this is my work, and here it goes. Birthdays and death days. We celebrate both. Celebrities, usually it's them, are celebrated that way. Sometimes we forget that a celebrity is dead, and a rumor spreads that they have died again, which sends the internet celebrating their death a second time. It hurts, but even grieving celebrates grief. Birthdays and death days are symphonic occasions. There are festivals for Mozart's birthday and festivals for Mozart's death day. They commission new music and resuscitate old music for Mozart, the 18th century's white-wigged celebutant, known for his pathos as much for his sprite celerity, a dexterous Poindexter of digital discipline, celebrated minstrel of quotation plus innovation. Though not properly speaking fatherless, every prodigy lacks at least one parent. Everyone performs for love, but only the prodigy knows the form of love's tribute. Sonata or scherzo, or maybe a minuet, trioless trio or rondo returning in the tonic key. But the dominant force, the subtle shifts to demonstrate mastery by breaking the rules incrementally. Your father is waiting in the wings, and where's Mom? His eyes determined and fearful, a little dazed. He can't quite absorb the full measure of dazzle of a son playing for himself. Deconstructing, as we now say, the canon by making it work better, running up the faults of a received system, exploiting the discord for unheard-of harmonies, melodic reversals, and rhythmic displacements. The astonishing ease with which the impossible is proved. Disenchantment, shock sinking into heels held up on heels. The feeling of standing amplified when you notice the silver slippers dangling 1 foot above the ground. Support drawn like sap through the tiny spine. So nimble, this little thimble of genius, violating every human limit with aplomb. Watched and yet not watched, conspicuously undetectable. Every father's name trembles as the boy gears up and throws himself head first, accelerando, on a crash course with a second standing ovation. I hope you've enjoyed this first edition of Out of Print. Leave comments in the comments field, link in bio, all the good things. And maybe this will be the only one I ever do, or maybe there will be more. But that's my gift to you. Take it or leave it, and I will see you virtually.